Yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. I, this is a story that
Mm,
we've already been doing this on Android, shall we say. And, I've
mm.
been, we clowned you when we were talking about the difference between apps and Android and all that good old
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, now it is officially here for
Mm.
you. And I'm happy to see that it's actually there. YouTube will bring picture in picture to iPhones and iPads.
Yeah.
Basically, Apple added support for picture-in-picture video for iPads with iOS 9, and it brought it to iPhones with iOS 14. Since then, YouTube support for the features on iPhone and iPads have been spotty. It works for iPad if you're using Safari, and iPhone users have only been able to access the feature periodically. A
Yeah.
YouTube spokesperson told The Verge that the feature is currently rolling out to premium subscribers only, and that a launch for all iOS users, including the free ones in the US, is in the works. Um,
Yeah.
so, what do you think about that?
Hey, I love it. I'm a premium YouTube subscriber, and I
Oh, so you already
subscribe to
get it.
premium. Yeah, look, I'm in the game. I'm all about it. I subscribe to premium specifically for two things: for the picture in picture, and so I didn't have to watch everyone else's ads. I want y'all to watch our ads on YouTube, but I didn't want to watch anybody else's ads. But well, three things for that, and also the ability to download our content whenever, so we can repurpose it. So those were the three reasons why I went with premium. That's really a subscription that I feel we as content creators spend a lot of time on YouTube, so we really need that additional capability and functionality. Picture in picture, yeah, finally coming to iOS. Android had it for decades, for many generations. I don't know why it took so long to get the capability on the iOS side. The processors and the phones themselves were capable enough to do it. It's just, again, just apples and oranges here, trying to roll features out and capabilities out. I wish that I honestly wish that YouTube didn't just look, give it to everybody. Everyone on Android already has picture in picture and these types of capabilities. Give it to everybody on iOS as well, and stop being picky. Stop being trying to bougie about your capabilities and functionalities. So I don't know, but hey, yeah, I got premium, so I'm digging it. I'm loving it already.
So
Background
let so let
play as
me
well.
so let me ask you this: is it
Yeah.
that because iOS is very selective on the type of apps that they put into their system that they were not being friendly with with YouTube, or was this just a personal decision for Apple not to partner with YouTube to have a
So
feature like this?
yeah, that's a great question, right? And it's the answer is the exact same reason why iOS doesn't have widgets to the same extent that you have them on the Android platform, right? Your widgets on the Android platform, for anybody who has ever used Android, they're rich, they're multi-layered. The ones that we have on iOS are very rudimentary, very basic, right? And it's just the integration that needs to happen within the operating system and the application that Apple, I guess, either wasn't comfortable with, didn't want to open up those APIs and that capability. But now it's starting to get to the point where um, someone like a Google is adhering to Apple's requirements for integration with the operating system. You saw that also recently with Spotify, when Spotify actually launched their app on the Apple Watch to allow for um, downloading playlists to the watch. Right, for a long time, Spotify didn't have that capability as well. It was just Apple Music. But again, these companies started integrating and working even closer with Apple and their APIs, allowing that capability. So Spotify and now YouTube allowing background and picture-in-picture capability. I only see this growing and getting more capable as time goes on. I don't know who would be the next app actually to do something like this, right? Because again, music and video would be the two that make most sense to me. But I don't know of
Right.
an application that could benefit from this more than honestly those two.
Um,
Maybe Pandora. right? I think Pandora also would be a next one for folks who have that as a music service. But you know,
Let me ask you this.
yeah.
Rich Vibe says, "Why are they talking to the Virgin, not the lab?" That's very funny. Why do you think that they only
Hey, highlight that. Highlight
Oh, you want me to put it back up on
that.
the screen?
Yeah, we're gonna use that as a screen grab right there.
Um, why do you think instead of just making it a freemium, for everybody, why did they only roll it out to, just only the subscribers of what was it, premium subscribers?
It's a I think it's again, it's one of them bougie things, and I hate to talk bad about Apple like that, but it's again trying to be a premium type of product, a premium type of an offering. If you are already paying for the capability from you, I think it's an Apple thing. I don't think it's a Google/YouTube decision to only offer this capability to a certain number of users. I honestly think that this is Apple, and probably they're testing the environment to see if it breaks. Right? If you're already paying for the capability of having background play, downloading videos, yada yada yada, all these types of things, then maybe you're more apt to be kind of the early adopter of this new functionality. It will eventually roll out, but I really think that this is Apple saying, let me test it on this subset of our users, as opposed to opening the floodgates to the millions of iPhones out there and the number of folks that are watching YouTube on those devices. So I think it's also an Apple thing as opposed to a YouTube decision.
All right. Well, hopefully it will be sooner than later. Maybe
Hopefully
by
the common
Christmas.
folks can get they some YouTube.
Maybe by Christmas, if you have an iPhone, you'll be able to listen to this in the background, if
Man,
that makes sense. So hopefully,
come on,
so
Tim Cook.
let the premium subscribers have it for the next 5 months,
Yeah,
and then give it as an
yeah.
early Christmas gift. All right, let's switch gears
Shouts out to
here.
us premium subscribers.
Oh my God! And what is the premium subscription that you're paying right now?
11.99 a month.
Oh, okay. Well, that's another subscription. Just go ahead
But
and just
hey,
pay the
but again,
$12.
I get YouTube Music along with that. So I
Right.
get music and I get the YouTube no ads, background play, picture in picture. That's $11. I'm willing $12. I'm willing to pay.
All right. So let me ask you: Are you use DoorDash? Do you use Grubhub?
I do. We use both of them.
Really? So delivery apps like Grubhub and DoorDash are charging restaurants huge commission fees. Have you thought about delivery co-ops? What do you think of that?
No, you turned me on the first time by reading this article. To be honest with you, and I'm not sure if I've heard of other options outside of those large providers, the Grubhubs, the DoorDashes, and the Uber Eats, things like that. But this is an interesting story here that you got.
Well, basically, third party apps like Seamless and Uber Eats, the COVID-19 lockdowns, basically, they help the app's growth. But the uptick in the use of such platforms over the past 5 years, I mean, it's helped it grow. But the convenience of these apps mask an inherently predatory nature with crippling fees and dubious business practices that afflict restaurants and delivery drivers. Commission fees can account for about 15 to 30% of an order's sales, and major companies, including Grubhub, have been sued for allegedly sneaky practices to ramp up fees. Delivery drivers are complaining. They're considered independent contractors, have earned low wages for minimal protections from the companies. And then also, reports have revealed creatively devised schemes like Grubhub building fake restaurant websites or DoorDash delivering knockoff food from ghost kitchens.
Terrible.
I'm not mad at the ghost kitchen. I think that's a great thing for people who don't have actual businesses off the ground. But I think that you got to do what you got to do to try and build it out. But basically, there's a couple, or there's a team out of Lexington, Kentucky. They've established a subscription-based model in the summer of 2020 with Delivery Co-op. Currently, 8 restaurants pay $300 per month to participate, while around 400 customers pay $25 a month to use the delivery service with no extra fees. Those funds goes towards operating costs and over $20 per hour for drivers who are full-time employees of the company. And after 3 months on the job, drivers are eligible for medical insurance, and after 1 year, they qualify for profit sharing options. So, I mean, this is working for them out there in Kentucky, and basically, you know, getting about 35 hours a week. I mean, you're still making good money. The customer subscription price tag may seem tough to swallow, especially with less than 10 restaurants currently in the books. But they're basically saying the average DoorDash user can pay $25 in fees over just 2 or 3 orders. And with Delivery Co-op, they know that 100% of their order purchase goes back to the restaurant. Thoughts?
That's it, man. Hey, it's all about that money, right? I would guarantee. Well, let me get this. I would garner to think that there will be more of these types of co-ops popping up across the country, and this is probably being used as a case example, because again, places are just now starting to open back up. These organizations, these restaurants don't have as much money as they used to. They had to let go staff, whatever the case may be. I think more folks are doing the Uber and the Lyft and that type of thing, right, to have some additional income. So there's more and more folks out there doing these types of delivery types of services. The fact that within these co-ops, the drivers are considered full-time employees of these organizations, right? That was a huge thing with Uber and Lyft not too long ago. There were some big lawsuits actually here in California. I'm not sure across the country, but not recognizing the drivers as employees, but only recognizing them as contractors. So restaurants got to do what they got to do, keep that money going. And folks are still going to continue ordering food as opposed to going out all the time, because we've done it already for 15 months and not everyone is still comfortable with going out and being around a whole bunch of people. So this is just going to continue to be a thriving hustle industry. Right, the folks that are out there, they're doing these delivery driving, and you can't be having hidden fees and what was the actual statement that was in the post there? All these huge commission fees, right?
Yeah.
You can't be charging those back too, especially not to the drivers, man. So yeah, restaurants got to do what they got to do, and if they got to start their own consortium, if they got to start their own back channel groups to do these delivery services, then yeah, the more power to them, so they can keep some of that money in their pocket and keep business going.
Here's another thing. They said back in November, restaurants in Dayton, Ohio formed 937 Delivers, a locally run and operated cooperative named for the city's main area code, with startup funds from nonprofit Co-op Dayton. And they said as of April, 937 Delivers includes 20 restaurants that contribute $300 a month plus $2 per delivery. Customers living in a 6-mile radius of downtown Dayton can pick a participating restaurant on the co-op's website and pay a flat $6.50 fee per delivery. And as of mid-March, said it completed over 5,500 sales worth over $185,000, all of which stayed within the community. So, I mean, that's great. And, I mean, they're also talking about this is happening in Nebraska as well. So, I mean, this is something that, you know, that could really be something. And you're keeping that money in the community, shall we say.
Yes. Yeah, that's what it's about right there.
Yeah, so I mean, there was another thing I wanted to. I can't find the actual part. Let's see. They were saying that this happened in DC also. DC to GoGo as a localized ordering and delivery platform. While not technically a cooperative, DC to GoGo's mission was similar in that it keeps money within the local economy and supports independent restaurants. They said that we are not the people who should be starting this in Chicago or Boston. We would love to partner with those people so that other cities can benefit from a delivery business that isn't built around vulturing profits from restaurants. Um, Representatives for the top three delivery apps, DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, also defended their commission fee structures. In statements, they asserted that those funds cover platform operating fees and fair wages for drivers. Reports have revealed how most DoorDash contract workers can actually earn less than $2 per order after expenses. So I know a lot of people haven't been, fond of that, but I know a lot of. There was an article I read the other day, and the lady was basically saying she didn't even have enough money just to pay, for gas. And it was like she worked 6 hours and didn't even have the money. So that's definitely rough on, somebody that, I think when Grubhub, I think all these startups are great when they first start out, but then it's like, how do we start making money? Then they start charging these unnecessary fees. And then it's like the company starts to get greedy and then the independent contractors, they start to lose out. To see Uber and Lyft work 3 to 5 years ago, maybe even 7 years ago, it was awesome. But the cab drivers were complaining, saying that they were pushed out. So, I mean, what do you do? I mean, now it's almost kind of like the old saying where the mom and pop stores, now you got urban sprawl, where Walmart came in, and now these big box retailers are saying stop shopping on Amazon. Because but you did the same thing in the early 2000s, so
damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Right. Let me see, what does Rich say? Rich says, if I want to tip the driver, fair enough. And I think a lot of these people have gone to the extreme as customers who order the food, they order the tip, or they pay for the tip and then they, retract the tip. So now you don't even get the tip for driving, using your gas money. And
that's dirty. Is that right? Oh man,
yeah,
that's dirty.
Yeah,
because I pay for the tip in the app right before it even shows up. I give them the,
but you can retract it if you want.
I didn't know that. I wouldn't do that, but these people out here trying to get this money, man. They trying to get the hustle on like all of us. I wouldn't. God, that's dirty, y'all.
But look at this here in Atlanta. This is true. We have a shortage of workers. Can't get enough people to serve the food, let alone the driver. So I mean, just to be able to go to Waffle House now takes about an hour and a half. Right now, from personal experience, going to McDonald's and Popeyes, they have it to where you have to go through the drive-through. They just lock the doors because there's a shortage of workers. So, and then here's the funny one. 2 weeks ago, we ordered a pizza, and it literally took us 4 hours just to get it.
I bet y'all was hot too after. I mean, y'all pizza was cold after that.
Then when she called, it's funny because when she called, they were closed.
I would have been knocking on the door. You gonna make me something tonight. But that's too bad, man. Right? I mean, that's a sign of the times. Hopefully, we're getting out of that. There was one thing that I wanted to mention. I saw a story a couple of months ago that there was a woman who started a black-owned delivery service. So similar to Uber, similar to Lyft. And I can't remember what state it was in. But again, trying to combat the crazy commission fees and the surge charges, as they call it, right? So actually offering that within the community and then keeping that money within the community. Because every time you guys get a ride from Lyft and Uber, that money goes back to some of that commission goes back to San Francisco. It goes back to the company as opposed to staying with the driver and themselves. So I like the fact that there are entrepreneuring spirits out there that are trying to bring jobs, trying to bring opportunities, and keeping that money local within their communities.
Well, here's the problem, and this is right here in this article. It says spreading the word can also be tough. These businesses produce and organize most, if not all, of their marketing and advertising in-house, while DoorDash and Uber Eats hire Sesame Street crew and Cardi B to hawk their services during the Super Bowl. So I mean, when you have that kind of money, I mean, a local upstart in just your small town, I mean, just to be able to run advertising can be expensive. So
that's true. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, man, it's rough. I wish them nothing but the best, but it's gonna. I like the fact that you get to keep most of the money in house and $25 a month, to where you're either paying a small minimal fee, which is $2 at max, to have because you're paying for a subscription service of these local restaurants. Now, if you get more than 6, but remember, it's in that metropolitan area of the area, or that, I don't know the actual word that I'm looking for, but in that 20-mile radius of where you stay. And then you have your X amount of drivers that work for you. Everyone keeps that money in house. So
love it. Being creative. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up.
Yep.
Competition is good.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I love competition.
Competition is good.
Android, this is my thing here.
Go ahead, shouts out Android. I see it, but this ain't a good story. This is
a good story. It really is, and I think a lot of people need to pay attention, because Android smartphone users remove these 8 apps laced with Joker malware. You got to be careful what you download or what you use as apps, shall we say. So I'm giving you a heads up now. If you are a Android user, I'm putting you on game. Okay. I'm just trying to help you out.
Glad.
These 8 applications were reported to Google, and the tech giant has removed all the applications from the Play Store. So if you have them, just get rid of them. A few Google Play Store applications have been spotted with Joker malware. The malware sneaks into a user's device via the app, and then secretly collects data and goes on to subscribe these users to premium subscriptions without the knowledge or consent of the user. That's brutal, bro.
It's crazy.
Joker,
it's crazy.
Joker Trojan malware has been spotted in the Google Play Store app since the past 3 years. And then basically, these are the 8 apps that were recently spotted laced with Joker Trojan viruses and should be removed from any Android device. And those 8 are, let me see if I can get them on the screen real quick. Those 8 apps are Auxiliary Message, Fast Magic SMS, Free Cam Scanner. I think I had that at one point. Super Message, Element Scanner, Go Messages, Travel Wallpapers, and Super SMS. So the SMSs, I'm not really, I'm not too keen on those. But that Free Cam Scanner, I think that's where you can scan a document. And when you scan that document, you can text it or use it as a PDF. And I mean, it's free. So quite naturally, you're going to pay for the free one before you pay for the $9.99 one. I mean, let's just be honest, but be aware, if you do have this app on your phone or any of the other ones, please be aware that you need to get rid of them, like immediately, So, I mean, Super SMS, Travel Wallpapers, Go Messages, Element Scanner, Super Message, Free Cam Scanner, Fast Magic SMS, and Auxiliary Message.
So folks, the ramification, or that's a big word that I hardly regularly use, but what Joker does, it will literally steal your information as you type it in. So it's kind of like a keylogger, right? It will actually take your information, your private information that you're sending out through text messages. It'll engage and interact with your device information and whatever your contact list is. And behind the scenes, what Joker Trojan does is start signing you up for premium services that you don't even know about. So these apps right here, anyways, these aren't top of the line apps, right? I can guarantee you these aren't on the first 2 or 3 pages of
Right. It's
Google
something you probably downloaded.
apps.
Yeah, it's something you probably downloaded and forgot about, or said, "Let me
Yeah,
see what it is. Let me see how it sounds, or let me see how it works," and you
yeah.
probably forgot about it. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. It's not like you said; they're not popular, but that free cam scanner, I'm pretty sure I've had it at least once, and on one of my phones. So just to know, I know I don't have it now, but um, yeah, get rid of it if you can.
Yeah.
But
Yes, sir.
speaking of Android, we gotta, let me see if I can find it. We got to talk about Mac.
Mm.
So Mac
Why are you bringing
has,
up all this bad news?
yeah, Mac, iOS. There's a specific network name that can completely disable the Wi-Fi on your iPhone.
This is crazy, brother. This is
so,
crazy.
so I don't know if you were bold enough to try this. Um, I don't know,
I
man.
will.
You're
I
gonna
will.
actually
So
try
there's
this?
a. I am. So there's a, and you can show the story. There is a uncommon Wi-Fi SSID that you can try to join. And if you do try to join that and are successful, it could actually disable all of your Wi-Fi connectivity, probably permanently. Look, join your own Wi-Fi network first. Don't be real cautious of public Wi-Fi, and don't type in this crazy looking one. What is that? What is that? Percent sign P, percent sign S, something that looks crazy like that anyway. That looks cryptic anyway. Don't join that. But I, as a cowboy coder, early adopter, tester, technologist, I will actually try to join that network and see if I can brick my iPhone, just to come back next week and say, "Don't do it," because I did it.
You
Um,
want to do it now?
you
You want to do it now?
No, brother, because that's how I'm pushing NDI from my phone right now to get this screen.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, this
Yeah.
stream is going very well outside of me, forgetting to press the record button at the beginning. So yeah, don't mess nothing up right
Yeah,
now. I don't want
I'm
nobody
not.
saying, "Tall
I'm.
boy, man, you doing too much."
Yeah, I'm not pushing any buttons. And but what's nice, again, I'm coming NDI off my phone right now. I'm using Ecamm so I can actually zoom in a little bit because I didn't like coming in naked. But and then yeah, the stream is doing what it needs to do. So again, technology. We're doing a lot of things. We're doing a lot of things here. But yeah, I'll just say wild Wi-Fi networks. SSIDs that you don't know, don't just go out there and start joining them and trying to connect to them. It'll show that it's an open network. Man, just don't do it, because again, that's a good way for folks to fish you, and that's a good way for folks to implant some malware or whatever on you, break your system, cause your Wi-Fi to not work again. What we used to call bricking your iPhone. I'm gonna
So
try it though.
all right, so
I'm
let
gonna
me go
try
ahead
it.
and give them the story real quick. Basically, there's this guy named Karshu. I hope I said his name right. Said that after joining a Wi-Fi network with a specific name with the percent %P, percent %S, percent %S, percent %S, percent %S, percent %N, all Wi-Fi functionality on the iPhone was disabled from that point on.
He
Once an
gone.
once an iPhone or iPad joins the network with that name, the device fails to connect to the Wi-Fi networks or use system networking features like AirDrop. The issue persists after rebooting the device, although a workaround does exist, and it tells us below. Um, Basically, the likely explanation is the percent character. Now, this is a little bit out of the average consumer's wheelhouse. The syntax is commonly used in programming languages to format variables into an output
Yes.
string. In
Yep.
C, the percent %N specifier means to save the number of characters written into the format string without a string out to a variable passed to the string format function. The Wi-Fi subsystem probably passes the Wi-Fi network name SSID, unsanitized, to some internal library that is performing string formatting, which in turn causes an arbitrary memory write and buffer overflow. This will lead the memory to corruption, and the iOS watchdog will kill the process, hence effectively disabling the Wi-Fi for the user. So, James, I said all of that, which was a mouthful. Since you're a coder, do you mind explaining that in plain English, what I just said?
Yeah, and it's pretty straightforward, folks, right? And I'll use as much layman terms as I possibly can.
Look,
In this,
before you start, this is the message
you
that
gonna put some music on? Oh, hold on.
look,
Huh?
that's
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
yeah, look, Rich Vibes is like, yeah, what he said. So
What had happened was,
so in plain
yeah,
English, what does all of that mean?
a lot of what the back end of the iOS operating system is built on and run off. The programming language is now called Swift, but there are some components of the C programming language as well. And the best way to put this is they are short codes or functions that do different things by putting in the ampersand or by putting in the percentage sign and a particular character that do different things in that programming language. A lot of folks don't recognize that. A lot of folks aren't aware of that. And this particular pattern of short codes and access characteristics spawn off different functions within the programming language. So again, shutting off Wi-Fi, blocking access to the phone. So when you string those things together, when you string those short codes together, it calls functionality within the programming language to do this, this, and this. It's like running developers mode on your browser or something, or running beta software with development capabilities turned on. That's what this is. And again, not everyone is. The majority of folks aren't even going to be touching this, but it's the folks that are just trying to live on the edge or think that they're trying to be slick or trying to be ahead of the curve and fancy are going to use this type of characteristic. But that's essentially what it is. It's short codes that are within the operating system and within the programming language that when they're strung together, they cause the operating environment to do certain things. And this particular string of syntax causes Wi-Fi to be shut down and you to break your phone. So don't do it.
So basically,
don't do
it. As she says, never
mind.
Just
see
don't.
that? Right, look.
Y'all on the same page, man.
I love me some. I ain't mad at you. I love me some Tammy Chambers. I'm gonna say it online.
Oh yeah. Man, that is hilarious. Oh man, y'all are hilarious. So basically, it says, nevertheless, if you are somehow affected by it. This bug does not appear to permanently damage your hardware. You should be able to reset all network settings and start over. In settings, go to general, reset network settings, and then this resets all saved Wi-Fi networks on the phone, and as well as your cellular settings and VPN access, thereby removing the knowledge of the malicious network name from its memory. And you can then join your standard home Wi-Fi once more. So
yeah, it's a pain to have to go through that, but it's actually really straightforward to reset the network settings. But then again, you have to go in and re-update your SSID or your network name that you always use. So just don't join any networks that you're not aware of, folks. Yeah,
if you do.
Go ahead with the Go XLR.
Speaking of Go XLR, let's see what we got here. I got a couple toys in the mail from your boy.
Talk to us.
Yeah, I got a couple toys in the mail, and I actually opened it up today.
Put yourself full screen. No, put yourself full screen.
You want to put it full screen? So,
yes,
Mr. Floyd, who was our guest the other day, 2 weeks ago, he sent me some goodies. I thought he played me a little bit to the left, but he actually did right by me. I called him a couple times, and he said,
Derek Floyd is a good man.
It didn't get processed, but I got you. But this thing right here, the iRig Pre 2, I actually had a chance to play with it, and it actually works, man. Like, when I saw iRig, and y'all know how I was when I first, jumped on this show, I was
Hmm.
like, hold up, bro. Like,
Hmm.
iRig doesn't work with, Android. It doesn't work with,
PC, yeah.
PC and DSLR products. And, he assured me. Now, I will say I have only tried the first part of it. So, which is only the DSLR part. So give me 1 second. Let me reach over here.
And while you're doing that, it is a naming thing, right? I think when they first started, it was predominantly iPhone capability and connecting that to Macintosh type of gear. But the fact that they're cross-platform is just amazing. IK Multimedia, shouts out to them for all they
Yeah,
do
so
on
I
that.
definitely want to give him a shout out for this. So this is the actual device, and I plugged it in, and it even came with the batteries. So I was
Oh
really
wow.
impressed. Let me see, can I get it to focus? There we go. The iRig 2. I actually called him right before the show, and he said, man, I'm out having dinner with the family, and I hope this is important. So I said, hey man, I can't get your stuff to work, and he said, well, what's wrong? And me not thinking, I had a brain fart. I literally took my microphone without an XLR cable and I tried to plug it in. And he's like, hey, Tallboy, you got to use the XLR cable. And I was like, you know what? I just had a brain fart. I do apologize. I'm so sorry. Go back and enjoy your meal with the missus and the family. And I plugged this thing in and it worked immediately once I put the batteries in, plugged a pair of headphones inside of the iRig 2, which my camera does allow me to plug inside of the side of my camera.
Okay,
I do have
nice.
that capability, but it does have a headphone jack. I don't know if you can see it right there. Come on, it should focus. I don't know. There it is. It
There you
should
go.
focus. So there's the headphone jack. And when you turn it on, you have a gain on this side. And let's see, I don't think it's going to, there it is. It has the gain, and you can actually turn up the volume and you can hear it in the headphones. And then also on the other side, it has a monitor that you can turn off and on. And you can also level your headphones to be, from as high as 10 all the way down low to 1. So it actually worked. I tested it. I'm going to use it hopefully this weekend, and I'll be able to report back to you and let you know what my thoughts were. What my thoughts were of actually using the iRig. And the cool thing about that is now I don't have to get an adapter. Man, I always lose
Yes.
these adapters with my XLR, the 3.5 millimeter jack. It's so hard to find one of these rings with the
Hmm.
with the two rings as opposed to the three. So
Yeah, the
these
TRS.
adapters,
Yeah.
you lose these adapters all the time. So you have to have 5 or 6 of them on deck, and you just unplug it. It may fall, it might roll around, and by the time you get back home, you're like, I lost it. So knowing that it has this type of capability, this box or that iRig is pretty huge. You're not going to lose that part right
Hmm.
there. So I just definitely wanted to give a shout out over there to IK Multimedia, which is the iRig Pre 2. And then the other one,
Yeah.
the other one that I got was the iRig Video Creator Bundle.
Oh, nice.
So this is
Nice.
the one for the creators. It comes with a mic lav, LED ring light, and it also comes with the tripod that you can put the cell phone inside of it as well, and you can actually do all your creation from all from this one bundle. So I don't know if I should do something with it, or maybe we could do it as a giveaway. I got to um, talk to Derek and see what we can do. Maybe we can do it as a giveaway for 4th of July, or for the end of the summer or something
Hmm.
like that. Maybe to help us get some more followers, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
so
So was the light included in that one as well?
yeah, the light is included. I haven't opened it up yet, so but
Okay.
it does say in the box this is what comes with it. So yeah, I
That's a
definitely.
nice whole kit that you got there for mobile content creation,
Yeah.
right? So when you get back out there in them streets and you're doing your events mobile, when we go to Vegas in January, right?
But I don't
Now
think.
you've got your pre-2. Well, at least the pre-2,
Yeah,
right?
the pre-2, yes.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Little delayed keyword there.
Yeah, there you go. Well, the pre-2 will definitely go on the road with me.
Yeah, yeah.
Let me see if I can get it going. There we go. So yeah, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook at the Lab Tech Show, and maybe we'll find a way as we build up our followers, we can pick a random person, you know, pick a random person. I got to clear it with Derek and see if we can do this as a giveaway, and then hopefully that can help build our followers up and get more people aware of what their products are all about. What's up,
I like
Priscilla?
it.
Hope all is well. Let's see. There she is. She's like, "Hey, y'all," and then
What's going on, huh? Turn it up Tuesday. Wasn't that what it was? Turn up Tuesday. Man, I missed that. I
Old
missed
school
that.
Tuesday
Old
turn up.
school.
Yeah, old
Bro, I
school
missed them
Tuesday.
shows. Like, you need to bring them back.
She need to bring it back. I
Work
think
it
she has
out.
one coming up on the 16th, if I'm correct.
Man, that's a dope show.
Yeah, really good show. So if you haven't had a chance, go over to YouTube once this show ends and go to Old School Tuesday Turn Up.
Yeah, wait till we done
Yeah.
rambling.
Wait till
Wait till
we're
we
done and then go over there.
Hilarious.
Let me see. She said something. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Anyway, you said you're on vacation this week and you did the show?
Yeah, brother. So I've been down in Southern California since last Friday. We're gonna be here for the rest of the week. I had to go do a business meeting yesterday, so I flew from Irvine to San Francisco yesterday for a morning meeting, and then last night I flew back to LA. So I've been jet setting, trying to do some things. I got to get back and hang with the family before my wife spends all the money that's in the account. So I can't be on here too long tonight.
Right,
I,
right,
you know,
right.
I've been given a pass for a couple of hours, but I don't.
Well, I definitely
But
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah,
I definitely
down here
appreciate
kicking in, relaxing. No worries, brother. This is all family too. So this is what we do.
it.
Testing technology too, remote. So I'm not in the studio. You running the show from vMix, and again I'm Wi-Fi, which is a bad thing, but it's working right now without any problems, and using NDI on my phone, which is really cool.
Look at this one over here. She can't even.
Come on,
She,
come on.
yeah, it's gonna be Southern California. So Southern
That's where I'm
California.
at right now. Come on.
And then Priscilla is over here saying she got some good people coming. And
Nice,
then if you want
nice.
to know, just once this show is over with, go search Old School Tuesday Turn Up, and you can check out some of the previous shows. And yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, and look, she's not even beating me up. She's saying, "And I'm doing great." So that's basically she's saying that I'm not messing up the show. So
Yeah, you know, not trying to be too much tonight.
look, I'm just
You
trying to
just
keep it
doing what
simple,
needs to
brother.
happen.
Just keep it simple. Just keep it simple. You know, I want to press some buttons here and there, but you know, I'm
I know
just
you do. When you brought in that Cubert and you brought in the little Go XLR sound effects, you're like, you doing a little something over there.
Oh
And I'm just
man, here we go. All
I just
right, man.
don't.
Well, speaking of sound
Next story.
effects, speaking
Next
of
story.
sound effects, Facebook
Yeah.
officially launches live audio rooms and podcasts in the U.S. This is more you. This is the competitor of Clubhouse.
Yes.
Basically, Facebook announced that back in what was it? Back in April, that it had a series of planned investments in new audio products, and including a Clubhouse live audio competitor, as well as a new support for podcasts.
Right.
Facebook is officially rolling out these products with the launch of live audio rooms in the US on iOS, starting with public figures and select Facebook groups, and the debut of an initial set of US podcast partners. Now, this is quite interesting because as I was reading this story, they were saying that the company tells us live audio rooms will become available to any verified public figure or creator in the U.S. who's in good standing with Facebook and is using either a profile or the new Facebook pages experience on iOS. And for Facebook groups, this feature is launching with dozens of groups. Now, here's the problem that I have with it. It's only launching on iOS, and that's not fair. So both products will become more broadly available in the weeks and months ahead as more people, podcasts, and groups are brought on board. Meanwhile, 100% of Facebook users in the U.S. will be able to listen to live audio rooms and podcasts as of this week. And they also partnered with a couple of people. But before I get to that, they were basically saying, let me see if I can bring this article down a little bit for you. They partnered with a few people, but it has a standard set of features, and the event hosts appear in a rounded profile icons at the top of the screen, while the listeners appear at the bottom half of the screen as smaller icons. The active speaker is indicated with a glowing ring, similar to Clubhouse, and if verified, a check appears next to their name as well. There is also options for enabling live captions, raise your hand, a tool to request to speak, and the tools to share the room with others on Facebook through things like news feeds and group posts. You can have up to 50 speakers, and there's no limit on the number of listeners. So you can literally have a panel of 50. That's not bad. While listening, users can like or react to the content as it streams using the thumbs up button at the bottom of the screen, which connects you to Facebook's set of emoji reactions. And with today's official launch, listeners can also now show support to the public figure of the live audio room by sending stars. Stars can be purchased during the conversation and used at any time, similar to how they work with other Facebook live content. I want to jump down a little bit because I don't want to read the whole article, but they partnered with a couple of people, and I'm trying to see if I can find those people that they partnered with. I see that alongside the launch of live audio rooms, Facebook is beginning to roll out its planned podcast support with a few select creators that include Joe Budden of the Joe Budden Podcast, Jess Hilarious of Carefully Reckless from the Black Effect Podcast Network and iHeartRadio, and Kelty Knight, Becca Tobin, and Jack Vanek of the Lady Gang, and Natalia Matthews Okomi of Side Hustle Pro. Facebook will open up to other podcasters later in the summer.
Yep. You jaded because it's only iOS right now?
No, I mean, I just think I know everything has to go through iOS first, and I don't, I get it. I already told you something's going to have to give. It's either going to be Audible or it's going to be Clubhouse. And to be honest with you, you were so hell bent on me being a part of Clubhouse that when I finally got on there, I found it beneficial, but I don't have the time. I got to give up YouTube. Go ahead.
Let me tell you the reason why I really wanted you to get on Clubhouse, because I wanted you to get on there and have the audience telling your story, and then getting to a point where you can be monetized quickly. So I'm monetized on Clubhouse, and I've only hosted a handful of events. So I know with your catalog of content and your wealth of knowledge that you would right now just be amazing and blowing up and doing all the good things. This Facebook offering is decent, and I applaud them because Facebook has the whole planet.
Right.
Literally. I mean, you can't deny that everyone on the planet who has a mobile device is on Facebook. So once this starts rolling out and then people start turning on this capability, this functionality, I am such a huge proponent of audio social networking. That's one of the reasons why I was big on Clubhouse, because you just had conversation going, and that's something I think that we lack, is just having pure one-to-one conversations or one-to-many conversations. And I really think that's huge. It's old, communication that is new again. So the Clubhouse, the Spotify offering, now this offering from Facebook. The difference between the Facebook offering and the Spotify offering that's already out there, Spotify allows you to record these sessions today. So as soon as they launch, they allow you to record those sessions and then maybe repurpose them. But where the Facebook offering is going to succeed is, again, they've got the entire planet on the platform. You can monetize it eventually. It took me forever to get stars. So I got stars on my Facebook, on my Hicks New Media Facebook page. It took forever to get that. Right. So that's, I'm not gonna say it's difficult, but that's long tail to get that capability. I think it's more straightforward to get it on Clubhouse. I don't know how Spotify is doing there. So monetization, again, that shouldn't be your primary objective. Your objective should be sharing content, having community, and building relationships and things like that. I think this is going to be successful for the fact that, again, there's so many people on the platform. Folks want a different way of communicating. We are on these networks, mainly mobile. So you're going to be away from your home or somewhere. You're going to have your phone and you're just going to want to hear and engage with this type of content like a podcast and actually have subject matter experts, celebrities, entertainers, dignitaries, or whatever that you're in the same room with. That's kind of cool. I mean, you mentioned a couple of names already, to Joe Budden, but what is it? Tina Knowles is going to have one. Mm-hmm. Russell Wilson is going to have one. There's going to be a whole different types of offerings initially that folks can engage with. It's not just going to be one single lane of information. So I think this is going to be successful. I don't know how long. I think it's going to be a little while before I get it, because I've talked so much trash about Mark Zuckerberg that I know he's not going to turn it on for me. But I think this is a good. Somebody's listening. I think this is somebody's listening. But I think this is good. I wish, again, that they would open up to more folks. I wish it was also open for Android initially, as opposed to just iOS. I think those days, that's tired now of just opening up capability for just one side of the fence and then both sides of the fence, to be honest with you. So, but yeah. I'm excited for the technology and social networking from just an audio conversation perspective. I really am excited about that.
Look at this one,
and that's why I wanted you on Clubhouse, so you could monetize and share your story.
Don't make his head any bigger than it is, man. I swear the hate be real, man. The hate is real. Like I said, it's hard. I mean, I get where you're going with this. It's like, tell your story. And I don't know if me being on Clubhouse or even these Facebook audio rooms, am I talking from a tech perspective, or am I talking about like how I got to doing what I was doing with these interviews? You know, like
listen,
it's like,
the conversation you and I had last night about your story, the how and why of the Tall Boy experience. That's a valuable story that can actually help someone who's new in these content creation streets. People will pay to hear that, and they will support you for sharing that and then wanting to help them grow. That's what I'm talking about. That's really where I think.
And when you set that up for me, then, let's just see where it goes. Because I'm open to it.
All right.
I'm open to it, but it's just, how do you, piece it together to where you're not long-winded and you get to the point, and and you are giving tangible points to where people are saying, hey, you know what? I got some value out of that. If you can help me set that up, I'm all for trying it, because I mean, me, iOS and Clubhouse was not going to work. So when it came, I said, all right, let me jump on it. But then after
Clubhouse is on Android now.
Right.
No, Clubhouse is on Android now. So what I'm gonna do, and so you hear it here first, folks. I'm gonna set up a Clubhouse room where we will talk about this story on Clubhouse. It'll be multi-platform, and I'm gonna set it up for next week.
And I'm willing to put in the work too. So it's not like I'm not willing to put in the work. It's just,
I hope so, because you're gonna be the key speaker.
You'll be the moderator. You be the moderator, and then basically you're just doing the interview. I mean, it's not hard. I mean, yeah. So I think you got something going with that, and I see where you're going. And it, unfortunately, Facebook's live audio rooms what's the word I'm looking for? It's only for iOS, but it'll eventually come over to
Yeah.
Android as well. But I don't have that blue check.
Yeah.
Shout out to the few people who got me over that 5,000 mark hump on YouTube this past week. I definitely appreciate that because,
What?
yes, I actually made it over 5,000 followers, and it's a milestone. But you know,
Congratulations,
it's
brother.
discouraging for me because I've been doing this since 2009. And when you've been doing this since 2009, you would think that I would have more than 5,000 followers with the type of
No,
content that
brother.
I have.
No,
But
no. Don't look at it like that. I got to cut you off, brother. No, it's a journey, brother. It's a marathon. No, brother. No.
yeah,
Relish that community that you built.
yeah,
Relish
no,
that.
no, no, no.
That's good.
I appreciate this community that supports and watches, and they go through and watch the videos, and they're like, "Hey, this guy really has some good stuff." I mean, I definitely appreciate that, but I just felt that from
Congratulations.
2009 to now, the journey would have been much more farther than where it is. But I receive what I have, and I'm humbled because I know each person that follows and subscribes to my work, they understand that it's a real grind. I'm not paying for
Yes.
followers. I'm not asking people to, you know, do some things illegally that they're not supposed to do with my show. Excuse me, with my
Mm-hmm.
content on my channel. So I know that those
Mm-hmm.
5,000 are 5,000 organic people. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
definitely
Mm-hmm.
supportive of that. Um,
Go ahead, take your flowers while you can, brother.
yeah.
And hey, I'm trying to get to my goal for June. I just need 3 more
Well,
on
all
my
right. So
YouTube
look,
channel
if you go to
to reach
James
my
Hicks when
June
this show
goal.
is over with, and we need 3 people to support this
I just
brother.
need 3 people.
You just need 3 people.
Just try
I wish I could be that
trying
three.
to reach my June goal.
But look, we only got
Wait,
enough time because I told you I was trying to get this, and I know we're going to go over it now. I was trying to keep it
yeah.
under an hour,
I
but
can't be quiet. You know, it's not gonna be less
it
than
is
an
what
hour.
it is, man. I get it. You wanted to talk about the best smartphones for 2021 so far. Do you have an idea of which ones are on the list?
I do not, but you know what? This is crazy. I'm plugged in, but I'm not getting any power. So you read first while I plug this thing into an actual outlet because I don't want the screen to fall off.
Oh, see, there you
Take me
go.
off
Now,
camera right quick.
you've
No,
already broken all the rules. All right, let me put this story.
I just looked at my power. Yeah, take me off screen
Yeah,
while
yeah,
I.
handle your business, brother. Handle your business. All right, so the best smartphones for 2021. Some of you guys may have the phone, some of you may not. I hope that you let me know in the comments what do you think. And while he's over there doing that, I'm going to go ahead and be a little extra since this is the last show. The last article. Let me see if I make sure I find it before I totally mess this up. I'm going to throw a little music bed up underneath this thing here, and we're going to see
I'm
if we
back.
can and make it work. All right, so let me see what we got here. So the best smartphones
Hopefully
for
that's
2021.
copyright-free music.
Yeah, epidemic sound.
Shouts out.
Yeah. The best smartphones for 2021 so far are the smartphone industry has chugged on, delivering some awesome products with slightly less fanfare than unusual. Having launched 4 new flagships in late 2020, Apple was completely absent from smartphone headlines in the first half of 2021, but Android makers delivered some of their best devices yet. And so while we do that, where is your part? I don't see it. Where are you at?
I'm right here watching these Hawks get beat up by the Bucks.
Hey man, don't do that, man. You already hating already. So the first phone that we have is the Samsung Galaxy S21. Basically,
That's a winner.
the S21 the Galaxy S21 may not be fancy as its larger brother, the S21 Plus and the S21 Ultra, but at $799 or $800, it offers the best price for performance ratio in the Samsung lineup. The entire S21 lineup of phones is one of the best Samsung has ever produced, with beautiful crisp displays, fast performance, long battery life, and a really powerful camera. You cannot
8K video. I'm just gonna drop the mic right there. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. You cannot expand the storage on the S21 or its brethren, and you won't find a headphone jack on any of them. That unfortunately is true for Apple and Xiaomi's best phones as well. So it's hard to hold it against Samsung these days.
Yeah.
So yeah, that kind of sucks, but you know, it is what it is. But of course, if you prefer a large phone, you can get a 6.7 Galaxy S21 Plus for $200 more. And it has the same processor, a similar display, and an identical camera system, both front and back as the S21, the biggest difference being the size and the biggest battery. The best affordable phone, where's that article at? The best affordable phone that they have is the OnePlus 9. Basically, the OnePlus is likely just about to launch a new affordable smartphone this year with the OnePlus Nord 2, but it hasn't happened yet. Let me see. Still, the company's OnePlus 9 just barely takes the cake as this year's best affordable smartphone. It starts at $729, which isn't that cheap, but it's still.
I was gonna say, can you say affordable and $729 in the same breath?
I know that's still a lot, man. But still offering a great display, 5G connectivity, and finally a great rear camera system. It offers a bit of extra value compared to phones from Samsung and Apple, such as having a charging brick included in the box. And it's funny because my little brother has this phone, and he actually just got a new one because his battery life had died, but he had the phone for about 2.5 years, and they just overnighted him a new one, and he was so happy that, hey, I got a new brick, I got a new cord to go with it as well. So so now that's a cord for the car as well as a cord for the house, so, or whatever his use case is. Our third phone that they were talking about was the S21 Ultra. That's the best camera phone. Basically, a powerful camera system that leverages 2 telephoto lenses to get to a stunning 100 times zoom and a massive 5,000 milliamp battery. It is the most powerful Android phone currently available. Even though in China they have some other ones, but we don't have that access to it. Basically, the S21 Ultra suffers from a feature overload that'll make your head dizzy, the 40 megapixel selfie camera. And if you really want the powerful phone around, you'll have to endure a bit of a learning curve. Now this phone is kind of
again, 8K video, bruh. Woo!
The only problem is this phone is $1,199. That's the problem.
It is.
The next phone, the best looking foldable phone, is the Huawei Mate X2. I'm not going to talk about this phone because we cannot get this phone in America. It's been blacklisted by the US, so there's no point in even talking about it, which kind of sucks. And yeah, it is a great phone. But unfortunately, here in the U.S., we cannot get this phone. So
that would be the one that I would see you going to after your LG, to be honest with you.
Yep.
If it ever comes to the U.S., that's in your wheelhouse right there.
Yep, you're right. I know Samsung has some foldables that are coming out that's supposed to be releasing before the fourth quarter or sometime in the fourth quarter. But I would love to play with that Huawei Mate X2 when it comes out. The best everything in the kitchen sink phone is the Xiaomi Mi 11 Ultra. So let's see. It says this by far is the company's most powerful smartphone. Not only does it have a massive 6.8 AMOLED display with 120 hertz refresh rate, a Snapdragon 888 processor, and a 5,000 milliamp battery. That's a big phone.
Man, that's a big phone.
Yeah, it also has an over-the-top rear camera system with too many megapixels to count, which is two 48 megapixel sensors and a 50 megapixel sensor and a 5-time optical zoom. So
Insane.
the crazy thing about this is you can't find this one. I think you have to buy it on eBay or Amazon, but you can't go into like Verizon, T-Mobile, or
Yeah,
AT&T and get it. So you have to buy it outright. But it does. The phone performs well, but the camera doesn't beat Samsung's best camera phones, meaning the Mi 11 Ultra is a little short of taking the crown for best overall phone. However, it wins on the extras, such as the secondary display on the back that doubles as a selfie viewfinder. Oh, wow. And it costs a lot of money, $12.99 and up, depending on the configuration. So only go for this one if you really need the extra features. So those are your top phones so far for 2021. James wanted to see, do you have any of these? No, you're iOS, so yeah, you didn't even make the cut. Well, and this was no shot.
Well, no, no, I am. I brought this up because I still have that LG Wing in my cart at Verizon because I do want to have both platforms, and I'm leaning towards getting that S21 Ultra after I hear what this next iPhone is going to be, because iPhone is so far from having 120 hertz refresh screen that I think I'm gonna go with the Samsung S21, honestly, to use as my go-to camera. I'm gonna take my Sony ZV-1 down in my broadcast studio and mount a Samsung S21 Ultra and use that for video purposes.
Okay,
it's gonna be that insane.
So you're gonna go with the S21. Are you gonna go with the Ultra, the Plus, or the regular one?
One of the three. They all shoot 8K video. So look, man, you 8K video is just what's got me. So yeah, I'm gonna go with one of those.
But here's the problem with the 8K video, and not trying to be funny. I mean, how many people are actually gonna really see the 8K video? Like, I'm just saying.
Me. No, that's all I'm pointing at. Me. Nobody else is.
No, what I'm saying is when you upload your content to YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, it's not going to really show you 8K right now. So
no, you're right, because YouTube only goes to 4K. Facebook only allows you to go to 720.
Right.
Which is insanity. But no, it's a personal thing. I just want to have it because I can have it. It's not going to serve any real purpose.
Okay.
I admit that.
Okay. Yeah. Well, man, the Hawks are down by 4 points, which I thought it would probably be a blowout. But Clint Capella and Ice Trey, as we call him, they're doing it. They're still holding court. Second quarter, 41-45. So Kevin Huerter stepped up real big, and I really, actually 43-45. Kevin Huerter actually just made that shot. But I really gave him a hard time, in game 6 and game 7, he really showed up and showed out. And, as Shaq said, Opie really came through for us all.
Shaq called him Opie Cunningham. I was like, come on, man, don't do that to him. I thought the same thing too, but I didn't say it out loud, but I'm not Shaq. So.
Here's a good question, for you. How many people care about a foldable phone?
Nobody cares about a foldable phone, really, to be honest with you. I don't think anyone cares. And that I probably shouldn't say that. I don't think that's at the top of the list when people consider a mini computer that they have in their pocket or in their purse. What they really care about is a great cellular network. So hopefully on 5G, so they can have clear, crisp sound and call quality, and also the camera. That's all we use. That's what we use our phones for. Video and photos and clear sound on our calls. Folding capability is just more of a, not even a want. It's not a need. Obviously, it's kind of over the top. I don't think many people are using that as a purchasing criteria, to be honest with you. The folding capability.
She said personal choice. I can tell the difference between the picks. So she has the LG V50 and I have the LG
Yeah.
V60. So,
Okay.
but I mean, like I said, it's a personal choice. I know that when
Mhm.
people see my foldable phone, I know people are like, man, that's a cool phone. Where did you get that from? So I know I
Mhm.
get compliments on the phone being able to say I can do two things at once. Now, on the Samsung phones, you can do split screen on the
Yes.
phone. But I
Yeah.
mean, it's nothing like having a 6.5-inch display or a 7-inch display, that you can do YouTube on one and you can be checking your email on the other. Or you can be watching a full length movie and just, prop it up or, use both screens. So I mean, outside of
Hmm.
that little gap in the middle of the phone. So but to each his own. For
Yeah.
me, the price for the at that time I got it, it was $8.99, and I think now it's retailing
Okay.
for $6.99. So I mean, I got a
Okay.
I got a great phone under $1,000. So I
Yeah.
mean, and you got to think the S21 was going for $9.99 at the time. At the time that the
Mm.
LG V60 came out, the iOS, Apple, whatever, the 12 or the
Hmm.
11, they were going for $9.99. So for LG to have a phone under $1,000 and it was affordable, I
Yeah.
mean,
That's a good. That's a good look. That's a good
yeah, I
look.
mean, you
It's
can't go.
it's too
You,
bad
you
that they don't make phones anymore. It's too bad.
So yeah, so it's sad because, like I said, I have to figure out something within the next year before the
Hmm.
support ends. But I think this phone I may just keep and just retire and just say this is one
Hmm.
of the best phones. Hopefully, I don't crack the screen between now and and my next purchase. So yeah, so definitely. What's up, Robert Lee? He basically said, I have. He says he has a iPhone XR for work, but Google Pixel 3a XL for home. So I would
Okay.
definitely like to see
Old school.
how that Google Pixel works for him. But if I'm correct, he gets Google Photos for life with that Google Pixel. Yep.
Uncompressed,
Yep.
full resolution. That's, I mean, that's a huge thing right there, especially now that we're all looking for different carriers or providers for our photos because
Yeah.
Google shut down the full capability for everyone else.
Yeah.
And
So
he gets Android before everyone else.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, it's another week, man. We did it. I ain't mess up. I did my thing.
Mm-hmm. Did your thing.
You out there on vacation. You need to go on vacation a little bit more often, man. That's all I need to say.
I need to be out there in these streets a
Yeah,
little
you
bit
need to
more
be a
often.
little bit more out in these streets. So
Yeah.
so please make sure you guys check us out. I definitely would appreciate it if you follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at the Lab Tech Show. We're trying to build up those social handles. We need to do a better job of posting more content
Yeah.
on those channels. Right now is just the promo of the lab, but we got to start posting articles or something like that, and so that way we can start providing more quality content on our socials. And I think we're going to probably keep our respective YouTube channels as the show, if I'm correct, as opposed to building it out from scratch on YouTube. I don't know. We'll talk about it over
We'll
the
figure it
summer,
out.
and we'll see what we can do. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, make sure you follow us. I definitely would appreciate it. And next week is the 30th, the last day of June, and it'll be a Wednesday. And we'll close out June one more time with me doing my thing, and then we're gonna switch over
Yeah.
into July with you running Ecamm. So enjoy your vacation, my brother. And
Appreciate it.
until next week, it is what it is. I'm gonna go root for these Hawks, and we're actually right now 46 Atlanta, Milwaukee 47. So we're right there. So
Well,
I'll
I'm looking up, and Trey is on the ground, so I don't know if he want to look right. Oh, he just got clotheslined in the neck. You
oh
don't want to
man.
watch the TV right
Okay,
now.
well don't
Yeah,
hate on me, but we just
don't
gonna
look.
say go Hawks, And if we can just sneak out one win in Milwaukee,
Yeah.
we might have a shot.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say.
Good luck with that.
Boy, the hate is real.
The hate is real. Boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom.